Hi. It's like 3:30 a.m. and I am having my midnight cigarette. I couldn't have a cigarette for 2 weeks in the hospital. Nothing. But I've been smoking cigarettes since college. It's been 20 years. I'm not stopping anytime soon. But I'm slow down. I don't smoke as much. I just wanted to come in and chat with you a little bit because it's like I finally have the energy to do a video and I wanted to catch you up on what I've been up to. I had an anxiety attack on May 30th on Saturday. I drove around Hartford area for 4 hours to see what exactly has been done to the city and what has been invested into the city. And I couldn't believe that Ned Lamont has not made any investments into the city that is worth. He has made some good investments, I have to say, but it has not been proportionally balanced to the greatness that Hartford can be. We still have like so many cities in Hartford, East Hartford, Bloomfield, where the where the neighborhoods are still very poor, but the roads are so wide. Why are the roads so wide when the neighborhoods are so poor? What cars are going through these neighborhoods? Excuse me. What cars are going through these neighborhoods that need to be that wide? Amazon trucks? You widen the roads for the Amazon trucks? But I guess before I can explain why I have anxiety, I need to explain a little bit about myself. I am a very highly intelligent person. My parents are Vietnamese refugees, if you don't know that. They came by boat from Vietnam. I wrote my short story and my life story in 2014 and I got published on Amazon. It talks about my life in being poor, being born in Hartford and growing up in Hartford and going to a big school like New York University. I won 10 scholarships in high school. 10 scholarships for $15,000 to go to New York University my first year of college. And I'm an overachiever. I I wanted to change this world since I was a little girl. As a little girl, I watched what my parents watch, which were Chinese movies translated into Vietnamese. These were the movies that were rented to us from downstairs. Just got this. But, you know, I have a medical card, by the way. So I'm very well aware of what I'm doing. But if you know me, you know that I am a smoker. But these movies are dramas. They range from old days to like generational to like the kung fu, ancient days of the empires, military, war. It's long. It's 40 to 60 hours long per drama. That's 40 to 60 episodes. That means you watch it for probably like 2, 3 weeks, maybe a month before you finish it. So we watch it like every day. We watch it like every day, every night. And I watch it with my parents. And I think I was 4 years old the first time I cried because the movie touched me. It was a love story. I still remember it, but I cried, and my mom asked me why I was crying, and I think I made something up because my mom doesn't like it when I cry. So when I cry, I have to make something up. So like, I think like when I was young, I was crying over the yogurt my aunt gave me, and my mom asked me why I was crying, and I said, I miss my grandma. I miss my grandma. So that was me as a child. So by the time I was 5, I had a very good understanding of this world, and going to kindergarten was very hard because it was a very different world than what I had learned in the movies and what my brain was trained to do. By the time I was 7, I had already watched the Empires of China, the Wars of China, Condor Heroes. I've watched so many movies, and I wanted to be the first president, the first women's president, because in China, there are queens that rule the country, the wise queens, and then there's children that rule the country. At 8 years old, you go and you become the empire of a country. And I held onto that dream for a long time, especially since my dad's a math teacher, so I learned math a lot faster than the kids at school. By third grade, I remember third grade, they were learning multiplication through the flashcards, and I was learning long division at home. So my math skills were always maybe 2 or 3 years ahead of the kids. That's why I ended up taking AP Calculus when I was in high school. I was on the honors math track. I was also on the honors English. I took honors Spanish. West Hartford schools, we moved from West Hartford to West Hartford when I was in 5th grade, and that's when I got exposed to honors classes and AP classes, and I took everything that I could. I took debate class, I took math team, I participated in a lot of activities after school. I built myself to be a politician and a lawyer because I knew you had to know the law in order to protect yourself as a citizen in the US. My uncle was violated. He was arrested falsely for a murder, not murder, backstabbing. Someone got stabbed at a party when I was 7 years old, and they claimed my uncle was the one who stabbed them because he was dressed in similar clothes. And no one, none of his friends, none of his boys stood out and claimed an alibi for him or that the person was wrong. Not one single person. And we're talking about a whole soccer team of people. My uncle was captain of the soccer team in Hartford High. He went to high school here, so he taught me a lot about the schools and growing up and playing sports. So I'm a soccer player from the start. I'm a soccer and a volleyball player and tennis, but I haven't played tennis in such a long time, or soccer or volleyball. But those are my favorite sports to watch. In high school, I learned to watch basketball. We used to watch the boys play basketball at Kennedy Park, just down the street from where I lived. It was a good time. I miss high school. High school, we were the top 20th. At the time I went to high school, we were the top 20th in I want to say we were in New England top 20, not just Connecticut, because we were competing on a New England level back then. And we were really a top school. We had very smart kids. I had a very intelligent class of high school kids that challenged me, inspired me, and develops me into who I am today. If without my high school and my middle school class, I don't think I would have been able to be as strong as I am today because I met some very strong women who I followed on Facebook and they continue to be very strong women and have families. It's just that I haven't been able to reach out to a lot of people because I've been undercover. I've been undercover for the last 16 years. It's really hard to be undercover when you're famous, but I managed to do what I needed to do. My husband was murdered on January 26, 2010. And I just, I knew I was the only one who could investigate his death. And now I'm done. I finally know who did it. I still have missing pieces I have to pull together, but my suspect list is done. This is probably a lot more than what I want to share, but this explains to you where my anxiety comes from. I do have a fear. I had social anxiety really bad when I came back from Greece because I had lost the weight. My hair was curly. I was looking size 2. I was wearing bikinis, taking photos. I was famous in my own way. But then the social anxiety started to kick in and I started to fear people. People would call me beautiful and pretty, and that gave me an anxiety attack. Can you imagine everyone just telling you that you're beautiful, but inside you're having an anxiety attack because they want something from you? That's what my mother taught me. My mother taught me that people told you were beautiful or pretty, they wanted something from you. That it wasn't genuine, that no one ever tells you that you're pretty or beautiful. I had to learn to say I was pretty again. I was pretty in the mirror after my husband died. I was 25 years old, 26 years old, and I repeated in the mirror for a year that I'm pretty and I'm beautiful so I could feel that way. I got a tattoo to remind me that I'm beautiful, that my husband thought I was beautiful. But I grew up not knowing how beautiful I am. I admired so many people who were so free with their smiles and their genuine happiness, but I wasn't a happy person for a very long time. It wasn't until my husband came into my life again and he softened me up again because I had gotten so hard. I remember now that I used to be like a man, very hard, not soft like the way I am now. But I didn't work undercover by myself. No one goes undercover by themselves. They have a handle. The U.S. Forces, Special Forces of U.S. Homeland Security recruited me in 2009 because I became registered with the SEC.gov. I worked for a public company and I became an insider trader. And as someone who was in 9/11, I'm a watch suspect. And as someone who influenced the economy in 2008 to 2009, I'm a continued watch suspect for influencing the economy. So I have a lot of insider trading. And a lot of times when I'm out there looking at things on the field, I'm looking for insider trading. evidence of insider trading. That's what I look for when I'm going around watching things, because that's my knowledge. When the financial statements don't match what your output is, that's when you need to start questioning, and you start questions. I'm an auditor. I worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers Big Four back in 2006. I graduated accounting in 2005, December of 2005, and I started working for PricewaterhouseCoopers. I audited technology groups like SS&C, where my dad works. So a year before he started working there, I audited that place. And technically, I don't think he's allowed to work there if we were legally related, because S&C was my client, and now I have a family. Anyways, since we're not legally related, I guess it doesn't matter. That's another story for another time. But anyways, I was so busy with my work. I don't know what went on there, but S&C was one of our providers for software, and we ended up changing them because they were so slow. It's a small world in the reinsurance and investment world. You only have so many companies in so many places, and when you're high, everyone knows who you are. Everyone except me. I didn't know who I was because I was so busy doing work, and then I played just as hard. So I was busy. I worked Monday through Friday, and then Friday night I drove home to my husband's place in West Hartford. And I spent the weekend with my friends, my husband, and I had a lot of friends. And they all wanted my time. They liked to go out with me individually, so I couldn't go out together as one group. I always had to section my time into, like, let's see, Kathy and Sebastian, Nikki and Fung and Michelle. Then Michelle and me have alone time, and then Nikki sometimes wants to talk to me, and Fung and I, we talk a lot too. We used to watch movies together. I miss him. But they know why we don't talk anymore. So I don't want to keep you on too long. It's already 18 minutes. This is going to be the longest video ever. But I wanted you to know that I'm in a good place. Oh, and to make sure that I'm protected with all my research, I registered to run for U.S. president in 2020 and 2024. I think the record goes back to 2024, so you can search me on ballotopia.com. I am a political candidate, which means I need to be more careful about the things I do. But I got to, oh my God, anxiety attacks are so hard. Now I know why they put me on lithium. But lithium is not for anxiety attacks. It's a psychotic. I had anxiety attacks and you gave me lithium, bitch. You told me I was bipolar because I was running for U.S. president, but you didn't ask about my education, my work experience, or what experience led me to believe that I could run for U.S. president, bitch. Fucking white bitch. And then you sat there with me for 20 minutes arguing about an antipsychotic I didn't want to take. Because I wanted to get pregnant and I did not want to take any other drugs. And you sat there for 20 minutes trying to convince me. Did you ever spend that much time with me after that? No. You didn't see me at all for days after that. But you sat there waiting for insurance to kick in, bitch. And I wanted to time you to see how long. How long did it take you to convince me? Even after I read all the side effects, you still didn't offer any risk or anything to ease my worry of getting pregnant. I'm going to sue you for not being able to get pregnant during those years, bitch, because we had that conversation. So wait a minute. I don't remember your name, but I remember your face very well, bitch. When I pull my medical records, it'll be in there. I pulled my medical records before. They're sitting somewhere in my house. I didn't destroy them. They're sitting somewhere in my house. I went through my medical records this thick of garbage. What do you fucking nurses and doctors do that you put garbage in those medical records? Huh? Where's your fucking intelligence? Huh? You can't analyze artwork and progress that I made in the hospital. All you wrote was garbage and garbage and garbage. You don't know how to interpret feelings or emotions or state of mind. What is their state of mind? You're so stupid, people. Your mental health workers are smarter than you. They should be the ones to do the charting. Pay them a little bit more, they'll do the charting for you. And all you have to do is hand out medications. Oh my God, you're supposed to be able to observe the person if they're willing to take medications or not. The hospital is there to treat you, but you have to understand what medications they're putting on you. There's a lot of medications I've noticed now that are coming from Ohio and Columbus. Ohio and Columbus are the worst states to be manufacturing pharmaceuticals. They have no ethics. Why would you put pharmaceutical companies in states that have no ethics and call it American Packaging Health? What happened to Pfizer? Pfizer was Connecticut's biggest pharmaceutical. Where did it go? That's what I want to know. And the doctors don't ask you if you want to be on these medications, and they don't even know the risks or the symptoms. I asked for the page printout, and I never got it. It's 3 to 4 pages of side effects for each medication. You need to read through those side effects so you know if you can handle those medications or not. That's why I didn't study pharmacy. I didn't finish it because it was a piece of garbage. I studied Chinese medicine. Chinese medicine is 6,000 years old, and there's no fucking needles. There's no fucking needles for drawing blood. Do you know how much that hurts? I was on lithium for 8 years, motherfuckers. I had to draw blood every couple of months. Oh my God. And when you're in the hospital, they draw blood from you every week to make sure your lithium level is. That's how you're going to tell me if I'm bipolar or not. Your symptoms for bipolar is like, oh, delusional, think that I'm famous. Have you not seen social networking? Social media is for? Social media is meant to get you famous. And I am famous. I'm a walking celebrity. I lost 10 sizes. I'm a size 2, bitch. You're stuck on Venti Starbucks. Yeah, I waited for you that last day to come in, bitch. 10 a.m. you came in, walked right to your office with your venti Starbucks. I knew you were addicted to sugar, so I immediately asked you, can I ask you a question before you go? I take these vegan superfoods, and I just wanted you to take a look at them and see if they're good for me. You took less than 10 seconds to look at a website that has product information, clinical studies, and product information takes at least 2 pages to read. That's what your research skills are. That's why I was ready for you the next time come around. Oh my God, the doctor said, okay, you're not the lawyer here. All right, I'm not the lawyer, but you know what a lawyer looks like because you've been under investigation a couple times yourself. Must be. That's why you recognize that I'm a lawyer. So don't fuck with me. I do know the law. I read everything for patient rights and stuff in that because I do know the law. And I can read it in Spanish. It's different in English and it's different in Spanish because the words translate differently. But I had to advocate for the medication because I wouldn't take any medication for the first couple days. I was very careful on what I put into my body because I wanted to know how it affected my body. I isolated the times. First, they detoxed me. For 12 hours, I didn't have any food, no, just water and turkey. Turkey, cold sandwich turkey. Just a turkey in the middle with mayo. For 12 hours. That's what they feed you. Because I came in late. It was supposed to be my dinner time, and I was still in the field. So when the police said there was ambulance is coming, I said, all right, I'll come. Time for my last part of the checkup. I needed to be evaluated that I was okay. And I admit that I have anxiety because I do have anxiety. People have mad anxiety these days, and it's so hard to be around them. I was around so many people that had anxiety this weekend. Oh my God, and I forgot to cut my cords. All right, we're going to cut cords really quickly right now. I'm going to teach you how to cut cords. Because when you spend time around people, they start to attach cords onto you, on your body, and they start to suck your energy. That's why you start to think of them more, you feel their anxiety and things like that. So, to cut cords, you imagine you have a pair of scissors in your hands. However you would like to imagine those pair of scissors, you close your eyes and you start from your back, starting at your tailbone, and you cut, 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 cut. All the cords are attached to your back because that's where they attach. They attach to your spine. So you want to cut those cords, and some of those cords might be a little bit thicker than others. It's okay, just cut them. Those cords will come back when you spend time with them, when you think of them, but you need to cut your cords every single day, every single space, and it's something I need to do more of. I can feel my anxiety already lifting as I cut some of these cords that are really deep into it. And if you know EFT, it's emotional freedom technique, and you tap. You don't have to tap this hard. I tap this hard because my anxiety is that big, so I need to reset my heart. So that way it can let go of all the cords. You hear a click every time a cord cuts. These are the extra people that I didn't notice were looking at me or taking pictures of me, reviewing cameras, reviewing my notes, taking notes of me. I'm too well aware of everything, so I need to be aware of cleaning out all my energy. White helps repel a lot of energy, so it's really good to wear white. And then you can always finish up with a smoke. That's what I do. I blow out the rest of it. All right. It's been 30 minutes. It's been a while. I think this will be a good video for you to catch up with me. Um, I don't know if I want to put this on YouTube. It's like 30 minutes long. But I'm going to see if I can upload it onto Facebook first. Because I've got more stuff on Facebook. I don't really want to post this video on YouTube yet. But I'll post it on Facebook first. I like Facebook. Facebook is my friend. I meet so many great people on Facebook. I love watching Facebook. It's getting better. I share a lot of content on my Facebook, so take some time to read it because I use my Facebook to educate people and to send signals to my friends and my team members and my fans and my followers. I just want to say thank you to my amazing team of amazing people who are standing by me as I am recovering and as I'm marking my mission. I really appreciate your help, and I do know. Yeah, I do know. I do know how much it takes to run this country, and I'm ready to do it. But one step at a time, I have a plan. I'm going to rebuild the wealth of this country so that we can become debt-free. I just like the word debt-free. Don't you like the word debt-free? I'm debt-free. Right now, I'm not debt-free, but I'm close to it. So I'm really excited. I'm going to be debt-free by the end of this year. So I'm very excited. It's been a long time coming. But yeah. So I hope you have a wonderful day today. Today I'm going to a networking party tonight. CBNA is having their waterfront event in New West Haven. It's a all-white party. You can you can go on CBNA social media, Connecticut Business Networking Associations. It's a really great group run by Caesar, and his team is amazing. He puts on the best networking events. So I'm looking forward to going to it. I need to go get my nails done. And then I'll be there. I'll be sending out invites early this morning. So it'll be last minute, but hopefully some of you can come. But if not, I would love to see you there if you can make it. Tickets are on sale, so I don't know if tickets are on sale at the door. You have to find out. But I'll send out some information later this morning. All right. Have a good one. I love you all.